Because they haven't submitted their tasks yet, and so I can't really tell if they won the game or not. Um, but doesn't matter that much. So here we are. Everything's looking good. Okay. So Avely in blue playing the Abbasid Dynasty on coastal cliffs against Gullyd3ck3l in yellow playing the Chinese. So yeah, we've seen Chinese on this map before, played by Valdemar. So classic mill opener, looking for pro scout play, then going on gold, very nice and safe in the back of his base. For Avely, gold is a little bit exposed on the right side, but it's still like on this map. This is how it can spawn. This is totally fine. Berry's also kind of exposed, so a little bit like you would have loved your berries to be here as the Abbasid, like in the back somewhere, or your gold maybe. Um, but yeah, that's just something that he will have to deal with. And yeah, stone, as I mentioned earlier, very far out here on this map, so easy for Gullyd3ck3l to scout if Avely is going to go for multiple TC play. Um, and then also like maybe even prevent that from happening, because like this definitely is way out there. If you go here for with a couple of Shuganu or even Spearmen, you can easily deny that. And so I don't think that we'll see the Eco Wing here in play. Although I don't also think that we'll probably not see the military wing either. Maybe we will. I mean, the spearmen, they're nice against the pro scouts, and the archers are just cool in general, so we could see the military wing coming up. I don't think culture wing, trade wing doesn't make any sense on... Yeah, it doesn't make any sense on this map at all. Plus it's not in favor anyway, like currently in the current meta. No, I can't even recall when I saw a trade wing last time. It's probably been like 1.5 years or longer. So a military wing it is. So as I thought, no eco wing here for now. Moving on to wood and then getting the military wing. Will probably, yeah, there's Imperial Academy, so also very standard to not produce Imperial officials from your TC, but just wait. You know, it's like 3 minutes you have to wait, 4 maybe, 3.5, for the Imperial Academy to be finished, and then you have cheaper Imperial officials, and the gold that has been here, like it's not, you know, getting bad, so you can just collect it later on, and then you have a better gold income in your early feudal age, which then also helps with getting the upgrades that you need. So good opener, very standard. Yeah, standard stuff so far. Nothing to see here. So split wise, yeah. Abbasid more heavily on wood right now, just because like once they reach the feudal age, they probably want to pump some military production, maybe a blacksmith, getting the upgrades, getting some more houses, getting the first golden age up, because that is going to be very nice. So yeah, just a very heavy, very wood heavy civ actually. And in terms of scouting, yeah, they scouted most of the map by now, just getting on the right side here, figuring out the last details. So again, since it's a smaller map, like you can't really scout like 1/3 of the map. You're done with scouting pretty fast. Now Avely reached the feudal age. Military wing units already making their way over. And so yeah, again, like he could place like 1 or 2 spearmen like somewhere here, and then just try to secure the deer packs, which 2 of them, like they're located around the middle, 3 of them at least, and then there's 1 over here. But he could also look and try, look for some early pressure. The wood line is a little bit exposed, and then he could walk around and then get on the gold. Food is not gonna be in play here. He will not be able to attack that. But yeah, looking around for the gold villages, which yeah, they're just moving back now. Anyway. So yeah, for the time being, just chilling. We don't have a stable yet for Gullyd3ck3l. So, ooh, very nice here. Getting a shot on the villagers. Just barely having a vision here. I'm just utilizing it to the max. Some archers coming up here in response. Which, yeah, of course, perfect unit to deal with the spearmen. And okay against the archers, of course. Not okay against the horsemen. So I like the split here, the switch here from Avely. And again, yeah, very heavy on wood right now. Yeah, house coming up. So yeah, just a stable here, nothing else then. And no barracks, by the way, so he could look for a barracks and then try to get some hardened spearmen out. Because right now it's just the Dark Age spearmen, so not super strong. And Gullyd3ck3l massing up archers. There's the stable, so pretty delayed. Yeah, pretty delayed pro scouts. But then again, I mean, you have to adapt to your opponent, and if they're going aggressive, then you might have to switch into military as well. Otherwise, you just die. By the way, just a fun fact to note: both players, they're German, so shout out to the German community and to the German players. Yeah, and then we have the finally the Golden Age, Tier 1, villager gathering, 15% increased, so that's gotta be quite notable. And so, even though for some reason Avely is a little bit behind in villagers, it's still gonna, you know, like the Golden Age one is gonna pay off just a little bit, and yeah, but Gullyd3ck3l being able to switch into horseman as well because he has a stable is able to deter that attack here, and is, yeah, dealing head on with the horseman mass here from the Abbasid. And so Abbasid going full into spearmen, adding a couple archers, now going for a second TC close to the steer pack here. So yeah, sneakily went onto stone. A little bit overmined here. Not enough for a second TC, but might as well look for outpost emplacements maybe. So that could be a reason for it, but maybe it just happened on accident. Both definitely possible. And yeah, so Gullyd3ck3l not looking for a fast castle play, of course. Is gathering deer as you want to. Stop producing units as well, so yeah, now looking for the Song Dynasty, getting some faster villager production. Which is quite notable. I mean, 20 seconds and then it's 15. I mean, that's 1/4. 1/4 just down. Avely trying to push on, but he doesn't have any vision. Now he finds the Barbican, but it's too late to do anything against that. And he is finding a scout, so that is some damage that he's doing. But now, yeah, there's a Barbican, and it is so painful to fight under that. But at the same time, it's also painful to just run away and then being shot at yet again. And so, try to find some more archers at least, and try to not lose too much here. Yeah, definitely a tough call what you do in that situation. Avely is running off the right side of the map. It's gonna be annoyed by the wolves, but just making sure that the right side is safe, and then you have a TC here in the front, so that's gonna keep a lot of villagers safe here, and is a good way of of expanding your base as well. Uh, Halfway to the second tier, although this is, I would say, less important than the first one, just because it's, you know, quote unquote only research speed increase. But still, I mean, if you can get it, especially tier 3 with Abbasids, that's very, very strong. Which you won't, realistically you won't get that before like late castle maybe or imp. But yeah, at some point you really love to have that. Neither player has any military blacksmith upgrades actually. So, which yeah, now that the Chuganu are in play, you really want to have the range defense. Because that basically negates 3 damage. And now Gullyd3ck3l scouted out the town center. Lost a few units by doing so, but intel is intel, I guess. And yeah, there's the third town center, so he did go over to the stone and grab some more, and is now looking for the third town center, which is like interesting, I want to say, going for the third town center without the eco wing. I mean, it's definitely like more expensive. That's definitely true. But other than that, it's still fine, of course. And he also found some damage here with the horsemen on the back of the gold from the Chinese. Okay, so I don't know if one villager actually died. Kinda looks like it. So yeah, the wolf killed one villager, and now this one is gonna finish the job. I'm trying to find some more raids here. In the meantime, he needs to be careful here. The Shuganu mass is quite huge, and so with up to 30 Shuganu in total, he still doesn't have the range defense. There it is, the range defense. So that really would be nice. He does have a blacksmith. Okay, so there it is. Just started that. Hopefully will finish on time. 45 seconds. Very nicely picking off the reinforcements here, so this is very great. Very good here by Avely, picking off the reinforcements, delaying the speed at which Gullyd3ck3l will mass up the army in the front and will be able to attack. So good on him for doing that. In the meantime, the pro scouts still just happily gathering deer. And 3, there's a 4th ram, so Gullyd3ck3l pretty confident in moving in now with the rams. Okay, he cancelled the one, and now he's going to protect the rams. And a lot of villagers being pulled to the town center just to garrison. And now we would need the horsemen. Desperately need the horsemen from Avely, and a little bit exposed here actually that they are not here. They're not in they're in the front, and they're not really helping. And 3 rams are easily enough to just mow down the TC in a matter of seconds. It felt like. And yeah, where are the horsemen? They are coming here in the back. But man, I think that was really a misplay here. I mean, it was good to pick up the reinforcements, but you don't need to have 10 horsemen for that. And now he's really in a difficult position. Half his eco idle, or 1/3. And now his military production is under attack, and he really needs to quickly mass up some more. Good for him is that the town center is not being detected right now, but he is pop capped also, so he needs to put down some houses. And now we have the second wave of attack coming, and the Chugnu deals so much damage. It's so annoying. And then there's also the spearman in the mix, so even if you have enough horsemen, it doesn't really, like, you need to snipe away the spearman first. And slowly getting down the ramps, so it's down to 2, but there's some, 2 more being constructed, so Gullyd3ck3l in a very strong position right now. Also getting in on the back here, killing a couple villagers, and just further disrupting the eco from Avely. So he is getting cleaned up here, but that was quite a lot of damage that he dealt. 14 villager kills. Yeah, question is if Castle Age really, like, how much did that help him here? Because that's a lot of resources that he would have loved to spend. I mean, okay, the thing is, like, now he can get lancers, he can get gulams on the field and crossbows if he needs to. So in general, that will help him. But the question is, like, he needs to bide his time here, and that's not gonna be super easy to do if you're having 4 rams knocking at your town center. Yeah, so this town center is also gone. Yeah, so Gullyd3ck3l with a very good push here with the rams, making sure that the additional town centers are gone. Found the depleted berries, so looking for some more expansion of the base, maybe to find that additional town center even, which there's none right now. Gullyd3ck3l now himself also going for Castle Age with the clock tower. Which I don't think will really... Well, I mean, I don't know, like, he lost most of his army here, but at the same time he dealt, like, just look at the destruction here. So, now he can just do the same thing with Castle Age units and we'll be fine. So yeah, pretty brutal fight here for Avely. He's still standing though, so he is still in the game. But yeah, the question is, like, how much actually. See a nice farm transition coming up here by Gullyd. So this is a good angle of attack for Avely if he figures that out, and if he has the units to go for that, which might be too late. I mean, he does have a nice army here. So he's looking for another town center because he lost 2. Doesn't have the eco wing, so it's not gonna be discounted town centers, but I mean, still gonna be a town center. So the issue now is, where is it? Okay, so we could see some clock tower and nest of bees on the field pretty soon. And then I don't see Avely having any way to actually deal with that. He is getting the composite bow, so that's going to be very nice for his archers. But yeah, definitely still a tough position to be in. Like, almost doesn't have any farm transition going, so that's gonna be, like, as soon as the berries run out here, Like, yes, you could technically still go for those ones, but other than that, there's not really anything left. He doesn't have any wood right now. He did go for a second TC, but that is idle currently, so that also doesn't feel great. So I think as long as Gullyd3ck3l doesn't lose his army right now and is just not overcommitting, I think he still has a very, very good shot here. And it's still looking good. And I mean, in general, like if you're 20 minutes into the game and you're on par in terms of villagers with the Abbasid, who actually did go for multiple TCs, I think you're feeling pretty well. Imam getting the relic as well as the sacred site, so there's 2 sacred sites, and I think that actually, in all honesty, is a good opportunity for Avely to win the game still by taking the sacred sites. Because one, it provides you with some free gold that you would absolutely need, and at the same time, it is also some kind of pressure point that you can apply on your opponent. By going for the sacred victory, then you have 10 minutes that you need to hold, and as long as you manage to do that, yeah, you win the game. So he could do that. He could try and look for some more gold, put down a keep here, get the other gold stone, get the other stone as well, and then just try to hold the position. I think that would definitely be an option. And yeah, now we have the nest of bees on the field, and the archers just not in a great position here, being caught off guard a little bit here. Yeah, he's looking for the stone now here, but I'm afraid that this is not the right situation to actually do that. The timing is really not great. So yeah, one sacred site being decapped already, so this hasn't lasted long, and now the palace guards, they're just brutally mowing down the villagers here, and seems like Avely can't really catch a break here. So one nest of bees here, then there's the second one, and the third one is over here. So yeah, if Gullyd3ck3l groups his army together and takes these to the front as well, I think then he really is in a pretty commanding position. Second sacred site also been decaptured, so Avely did get like 3 relics plus the 4th one here, so that is very nice. He will probably never get the 5th one here. Yeah, Mirror, I'm totally with you. Like I think if Gullyd3ck3l would push now, then he definitely would win. Like I don't see any way really for Avely to deal with the nest of bees. I mean, he is going for some mangonels yet right now, so that is nice. That could be nice against the Shuganu, but yeah. I mean, SRB is still pretty strong, so I don't think that this should be a huge issue. Palace Guard's very fast as well, so they could just move in and try and find damage on the mangonels. In the meantime, we do have those obnoxious men-at-arms, or Palace Guards. Yeah, so very nice here, finding some angles of attack here. A little bit of an overcommitment here. Also giving away that you have mangonels, so a little bit of an over commitment here by Avely. Yeah, I mean, he was starting the farm transition here like way earlier, so I guess you just continue doing that. You know, like why not? But and yeah, this farm transition. I mean, you kind of need to do it at some point because like you're running out of food on the map. I mean, the boar is not accessible to the Abbasids anyway, and then like there's no berries anymore, there's no deer anymore, so you need to have a farm position at some point. And in the meantime, Gullyd3ck3l was able to push ahead in terms of villager numbers. And now we might see quite a nice fight here. Master of Beast firing away, Mangonel's firing. Or are they? They're just moving currently. Trying to get onto the Shugunu here. Or onto the Nest of Beasts as well. Some Stringles in the mix too, which are great against the Palace Guards. So Nest of the Stringles, for those who maybe are not familiar with them, they were changed in recent patch to not be anti-siege anymore, but rather be anti-infantry, because they just pierce through units. And ooh, that Mangonel really low on health. Oh, sorry. No, go back. Okay, really low on health here, and now it just died. So yeah, they don't do bonus damage anymore against siege units, but rather they kind of pierce through infantry units. And so in stronger, in more numbers, they're actually pretty nice against a composition like that with a mass Palace Guards. I always want to say men-at-arms. I mean, they are men-at-arms, but it's called Palace Guards. So another table has turned, and Gullyd3ck3l actually took the 2 sacred sites. So there's that, and yeah, the crossbows, and it's not composite bows. It's archers with the composite bows, not dealing a whole lot of damage against them, the Palace Guards here. So both armies kind of equalizing, and yeah, Gullyd3ck3l yet again being cleaned up, but at the same time his army is still so much stronger, he still has so much more value, and just streaming in units here. Nest of Beasts 4 right now. Yeah, nice shot. So yeah, Gullyd3ck3l definitely respecting Avely for holding the earlier position here. Because I would say ever since that first fight here happened and he destroyed 2 town centers, I would say that Gullyd3ck3l definitely was favored to win this. Avely actually tried to sneak the 5th relic from, I think it was like here, and he actually managed to carry it that far and is now looking to get it again. So he will actually get 5 relics. I did not expect that to happen. Or will he? Let's see. This is gonna be scary. I mean, he kind of saw the water. You can see the Palace Guards, like, you don't feel well if you're an Imam in this position. This is not a good feeling. And super slow. Alright, okay, switch back. So yeah, Palace Guards closing in. At the same time we have a couple Palace Guards here in the wood line, and obnoxious as always. Ghulams will deal with them fairly well, but yeah, in the meantime Avely will yet again lose a couple of villagers. And he was where? Oh, there it is. Okay, so he is able to secure the relic. The Palace Guards didn't bother with that. So it is gonna be 5 relics for Avely. That's gonna be nice for him. But then again, you have a keep in your face. So he wanted to go on that wood here, which it looks really funny because there's like the blue outline here and the blueprint. Because yeah, that's exactly where Avely tried to build the mining camp. So yeah, actually a double mining camp here. some horsemen here in the the granary farms. But yeah, horsemen are horsemen. They don't deal a whole lot of damage, and so I mean, yeah, now they have spearmen against that, so not gonna be super effective. So 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes for sacred victory for the Chinese. That was nothing, not on my bingo cards for sure. So now we have some trebuchets trying to get rid of the keep, but then there's also quite a lot of nest of bees here, as well as horsemen. So yeah, it's gonna be really like come down to the microing, which Avely really wants to commit to that one. He really wants to get on top of the Springles, or no, crossbows, which is gonna, actually it's not gonna be like no Jugnu at all anymore, it's just crossbows. Now the horseman could actually go onto the nest of bees here, as well as with the mangonels, but oh my goodness. Ah, make it stop. That was brutal. Okay, that was not nice, Gullyd3ck3l. That was not nice. I mean, I do understand why he did it, but that was a violation. In the meantime, we did see Gullyd3ck3l reach the Imperial age with the Imperial Palace. So now he needs to have a little bit of time to get his upgrades. And Avely just got himself a little bit of time to get onto the gold, get onto the little bit of stone that has been left here. Because yeah, look, like in terms of resources on the map, so there's just one gold over here, then there's just one nice and safe in the back of Gully's base, so good for him, good on him to save those two for later. And then there's more gold here, so Chinese secured a lot of gold actually, and Abbasid is running dry. I mean, there's, oh man, how did they even see them? Oh right, yeah, okay, that's why. Okay, yeah, so Abbasid really bleeding gold right now. I mean, they can go up to castle to Imperial Age pretty soon, but they don't have the food for that, and it's so much damage by the nest of bees here. And okay, horsemen coming in here from the back, but not a whole lot of horsemen here. A couple idle here in the back. And so he okay, tried to deny the sacred sites here, but it's still approaching 4 minutes still. And so now reclaiming the gold, but it's like yeah, pretty depleted already, and so overall looking good for Gullyd3ck3l here in terms of late game and exposed resources still. And now we have another fight here. Spearman onto the horseman, never feels good for the horseman. Trebuchet is still attacking this one building that's been getting rebuilt again and again, and the villagers trying to get it up again. But now they should really start moving forward. Another town center being dropped here, so Avely not looking for Imperial Age anytime soon here. He was able to decapture this one sacred site, so that is very important. He only had like 4 minutes left. Now trying to get in here, but yeah, wall being constructed pretty fast, and there's just no way for him to to actually find a raid, and even if, then it's only a couple of horsemen here. Actually makes it in. But yeah, now the gold. That one is gone, this one's still there. So there's just nothing that he can actually find. Palace guards on his tail. And now yeah, he kinda needs to like make or break it. I mean, he can try and push it, but he's still like 1 H behind. We do have elite crossbows, elite palace guards against castle age archers. It's not gonna be pretty. Now mass palace guards just walking in here, trying to find some eco damage here, just looking for the farms here. He knows that he can bleed Avely dry if he can just disrupt the eco just a little bit. And I haven't taken a look at the villager numbers, and now I have, and I wish I hadn't. Well, so Gullyd3ck3l killed 111 villagers in this game, and so Avely is down to 66 at the moment. As Abbasid, who built, I think, 5 or 6 town centers in the whole game, this really feels bad. And now he's losing the siege in the front because yeah, he doesn't have the resources to spend anymore here, and he had to chase. He had to chase Gullyd3ck3l, just a couple of palace guards here, and now he's chasing with all those crossbows, which you kind of need them in the front. You kind of need horsemen as well, and Gullyd3ck3l pushing through here. More palace guards being added in the mix. This is like the winning unit of the game here. There's not really anything that Avely still has to do, like, to fight the palace guards. There, look at them. They're so strong. They're so fast, and they look quite cool. I mean, playing against them, I just hate them. But is there a villager? Why is there a villager in the front fighting as well? It's probably like he was called on duty when he was asleep, so he forgot his armor, and he's actually a palace guard in disguise. Wow, yeah. So it kind of seems like a lot of back and forth, even though I would say that, I don't know. For most of the game, I would say Gullyd was in favor. In favor. But yeah, he did lose quite a lot here while he was going up for castle age. He did get 2 town centers down too, so that was good. But then he was just respecting his opponent too much, and Avely fought well as well. So it was definitely a tough game. But yeah, eventually you can see like the eco difference here is just too big. Alright, so Avely in green playing the Delhi against Gullyd3ck3l in the purple playing the French. On the right side of the map on Himeyama. So Avely immediately starting with a mosque, of course, and then there's gonna be a house, and yeah, and then the mill, just like you like to do it. Which yeah, as Delhi, you of course want to have those buildings up immediately just to start with your research as soon as possible, because it's free. Like, why not get it? And there it is. Same with the mill. And then you go into berries, because yeah, you like berries. You get more berries with the Delhi. So yeah, you go for that. French gold in the back, a nice 7, and then yeah, probably 3 split here on gold. So pretty, yeah. Obviously both players, Conqueror 3 really good players. Gonna use standard builds here, nothing too crazy, so I would expect Dome of the Faith coming up for Avely, as well as the School of Cavalry for Gullyd3ck3l. If we're looking at scouting, Gullyd3ck3l just went all around his base, found a couple sheep, not too many actually, and is now looking towards the edges of the map. He already knows where the markets are, if he wants to trade at some point. And for Avely, he went across the map, looked for the pond, and then for the base all the way around, found the gold. So he knows the angle of attack that he could take with the Ghazi Raiders. And now looking for some more sheepies in the corner and around the map, trying to figure out where your opponent potentially has not been yet. Always a fun minigame. And yeah, so 9 to 4 right now, 10, and yeah, there it'll be School of Cavalry. So yeah, no surprise here in terms of landmark positioning, also pretty clearly towards your opponent's side, so they just have a little bit less walking distance compared to when you would place it somewhere here. And then he will go onto the berries, because yeah, I mean, like, against Delhi you're in a tricky position. Like, as French, you like to go out on the map and take the Gaia food, but at the same time you can't necessarily do it because they will punish you with the Ghazi Raiders. And so taking the berries in your base is kind of the safe option then, and the best alternative until you establish map control. And then you can move out onto the base, onto the map, and then take the deer and the boar. Potentially also here the fish, but neither player currently is looking for that. Dome of the Faith, again, no surprise here. Definitely the more popular landmark in most matchups. I would say against French, it's one of the matchups where you can actually go for the Tower of Victory because of the faster attack speed for your spearmen and archers. So that is nice against the French, but then again, you're maybe not really looking for that, but rather for the faster research speed that you get by having more scholars, by having cheaper scholars, and then going onto the map, taking the sacred sites, taking the relics once you hit Castle Age, getting your upgrades in a reasonable time as well. And so yeah, Dome of the Faith currently definitely the more meta building. First Knight is out, looking for some damage. Could he find something? So I mean, there is a little bit of villager damage to be had here on the gold. Woodline is not really exposed, and also, like, due to the vision of the town center, like, yes, you could try and sneak in on the side, but it's kind of difficult. And yeah, there we have the barracks with first getting the upgrade, and then pumping out some spearmen, which is gonna be quite fast because of the scholar in there. And that's another bonus that the Dome of the Faith provides, because you have so many more scholars, you can easily pump them into the production buildings and increase the research and production time massively. And so yeah, just overall like a very good landmark. Even though on paper, in all honesty, it doesn't really look that good on paper. But yeah, in the right hands, it's a really good landmark. Knight needs to be careful here. Didn't get a charge on the villagers, unfortunately, so the spearmen were there just in time, and to prevent any further issues. We do have Sanctity out in 1.5 minutes, So that is gonna be, yeah, well, I mean, about 8 minutes. You could have the sacred side, that's fine. Now we have the first Ghazi Raider as well. So that is gonna look for some damage. I mean, the woodline is not exposed, the berries are not exposed, the gold is exposed, but yeah, already very heavily into gold here for the French. 10 villages on gold, so it's either in a strange way looking for a fast castle, or it's just because you want to get as much gold as possible and then just retreat from that, and you still have enough gold for your castle age. Um, so we'll see what he'll gonna do, what he will do with that. Also the pro scout on play. So with the French as well, of course, you can go with the pro scouts, pump out a couple royal knights, force the opponent to go into military. Yeah, and then just go to pro scouts. 6 pro scouts currently, so that's quite a lot. Delhi 2 could go for pro scouts. I mean, they also get it for free, so it's definitely an option for them, and they also already have 3 scouts, so they could also try and grab some deer. But yeah, it just takes a little bit longer than it does for other civs, so you can do it eventually. But by the time you do it, your opponent is probably gonna have already most of the deer on the map. Ghazi Raider getting the kill on the scout, so that's nice. As well as here. So Gullyd3ck3l losing a couple scouts here. And now the scouts from Delhi moving in. Will be able to pick up the deer here. Now we do have Sanctity researched, but at least for now, Avely is not looking for sacred sites. Oh, this is so close. If the Ghazi Raider would turn around, he could easily kill that one here. But then again, doesn't really have any vision here, so it's difficult. I think this is a misclick. I don't think that he wanted to pull 20 villagers off of food. So now he has first sacred site, pretty delayed. You could definitely have it 1 or 2 minutes before that, but at the same time, like going against French, you kind of need to be able to react to that, and there's 9 Royal Knights out here on the field, so you really need to have a couple of spearmen there. Scholars doing their best to heal up the spearmen, and pretty successfully so, but still, it's not too many spearmen left here actually. But at the same time, he was able to kill 4 knights, and a couple of them are almost dead, so that is very, very close here. He is getting the last hit here on the Royal Knights, so that was a very costly engagement for Gullyd3ck3l, and not even an engagement that he needed to take actually. I mean, like, he has the Royal Knights, he can just run away. Like, yeah, the Ghazi Raiders, they are a little bit faster than the Knights, but he didn't need to take the fight. He could have just run away, and he probably wouldn't have lost a single knight. And now he's moving in again on the spearmen, but it is a little bit too late. The sacred site has already been captured, and now it's the spearmen against the knights. And yeah, you usually don't want to fight against spearmen if you're knights. So trying to prevent that from happening, but not really successfully so. The top sacred site is going to be walled in. It's going to take a while for the spearmen to finish that, but will be walled in. which will provide Avely with a little bit of a window to react to any attack on the sacred side. And then the bottom one is probably gonna be like the more contested one, depending on if Avely can put down a lot of pressure and aggression. So spearman numbers definitely in favor for Avely, but he just needs to have them here. Currently, they are sitting here, like there's some here and then just all over the place, and there's, yeah, just needs to group them. Oh, that was brutal. But yeah, so close call here. Ghazi Raiders should be able to, yeah, to easily kill that one off, and then there's like one more like half health, and yeah, just grab the spearman, grab the Ghazi Raiders, and yeah, overall, I mean, looking not too bad for Delhi right now. Just in time, he's able to finish the last wall here. So this is gonna be walled in, and now he knows that he's getting attacked there. He at the same time is trying to look for a nice raid here, getting in on the villagers on the gold. Yeah, turning around very nice and getting a couple kills there. At the same time, Gullyd3ck3l is breaching through the wall, or will be shortly. But yeah, very nice raid, a lot of idle time, a couple villager kills, 5 villager kills already. So that is very, very nice here. The Ghazi Raiders really doing justice to their name. And so Gullyd3ck3l, yeah, he needs, if he wants to take that gold, and he kind of needs to because the other one ran out. Yeah, he needs to put down a tower, at least one, maybe even a second one. If he has so many villagers on gold, he definitely needs more than one tower. And in the meantime, he did reach Castle Age with the Royal Institute. And on the other hand, we have the House of Learning for Avely. Spares ran out, no research done yet, and Avely able to grab most of the relics currently. He has 4 carrying away right now, so there's one, then there's the second one, third one, and somewhere should be the 4th one. So a very good placement with the scholars immediately as soon as you reach Castle Age, just grabbing 4 of the relics. There's a 5th one here. And so he'll probably have 5 relics pretty soon. Nice little Volvo distraction here. Keeping his units safe, although they voluntarily just run in. That's unfortunate. But yeah, grabbing the relics. Also another raid here, getting a couple more villager kills. 9 villagers, then there's at least one more that should fall. Yeah, so overall very good raids here by Avely, getting in on Gullyd3ck3l. So even though Gullyd3ck3l has a little bit shorter villager production time as French, only 17 seconds, he's still behind. Just because of the raid. So usually you would be ahead by that, like by this point, even if you didn't do any eco damage. But with the raid from Avely, that's very, very nice, and keeping him low. It's always a good feeling to be able to keep your opponent a little bit on the back foot here. But I mean, while I'm saying this, like there's a huge amount of army here for Gullyd3ck3l, and they already have royal bloodlines, yes, so they are quite strong. 310 HP is nothing to scoff at. And so even though the crossbows counter them, the spearmen counter them, and even the Gazi Raiders do a little bit bonus damage against them, this is quite a dominant force here. So Avely really needs to be careful that he doesn't lose against that, because as soon as this marches into your base, the game is over. Having said that, we do have elephants on the field as well, so gonna be quite a nice army. So as soon as the scholars are freed of their relic taking duty, they can accompany the army, heal up the elephants, and then they basically become immortal elephants. Avely yet again with another great raid here, getting a couple villager kills on the right. So that's very nice here. Kinda needs to retreat, although he could fight this if he really wanted to. And now Gullyd3ck3l is trying to find some villager kills on his own. Destroying, burning down the tower, and now getting a couple kills here, but it's only 15 to 3, so in general it's still not looking too good here actually for Gullyd3ck3l. Although he was able to decap one of the sacred sites, so that's definitely something. And now it's a massive fight here, which good knight numbers here for Gullyd3ck3l, but at the same time everything except for the lancers that he encounters here is completely countering him. And so yeah, getting completely cleaned here. I don't think that was intentional. I mean, I don't know if he really wanted to fight there, or he underestimated the crossbow spearman comp. I don't know, because it didn't seem like completely on purpose. Let's put it this way. So it could be a matter of, he looked away for like 10 seconds. He thought he gave the command to walk away, but then they actually turned around. And yeah. So yes, Avely lost a little bit as well, but that was completely demolishing for Gullyd3ck3l. And great raids by Avely. That was really good. So yeah, overall pretty even game, but the last fight was just super brutal. And that was it. So Avely is taking the second game and is moving on.